Hello campers and welcome to Warrior Camping. Now today I've got the second one of my Bootfair tents that I got on Sunday. So if you look there, this is a Vango Arc 200 or a 200 plus this is. So you can see there it's 4.7 kilos, so it's not the world's lightest tent. But it was only a tenner, so I'm not knocking it. I haven't had it up yet. It might be a good buy for a tenner. And if it's not, we shall find out together now, because I haven't put this up yet. I've done nothing to it. This is how it came from the Bootfair, all open in the bag with the poles on top. So it was like that when I got it. That is how I found it. So let's open the pole bag up and have a look at the poles. And hopefully they are all there. Oh, they come out then. I thought they was aluminium then. I hadn't looked at the poles and they're not. They're like fiberglass. But then when I first see them then, I really thought that was a set of aluminium poles. But I tell you what, for fiberglass poles, they feel quite light, these poles. They're not them heavy fiberglass poles. These feel like a nice set of fiberglass poles. Feel quite light actually. Or I did think that was all aluminium poles then. I had to have a little rub of the material. I thought they were aluminium, but they're not. I'm pretty sure they are fiberglass. But they feel nice though. They do feel like a nice set of poles. All the elastic feels nice and tight on them. Not like the other tent that I bought this weekend. The elastic on that one was so stretched you could have restrung another set of poles with the bits that I cut off. But not on these ones. The elastic on these ones feels nice and tight. So that's a good sign. The bloke did say this tent's not that old. I don't know how old it is. I've got no idea. Hopefully there might be a label or something in it that tells you. A lot of times with these Vangos you can find out how old they are. There's a little label inside that tells you in the inner. So there's 3 poles to this tent. And it looks like on the bag it's just a 3-pole tunnel tent, isn't it? But it has got like a big porch on the front by the look of it. And I do sort of know what this arc is, because you see this a lot on eBay, don't you? When I look through tents on eBay quite a lot, this Vango arc comes up. But I don't really remember seeing this one with a porch. I just recognise it as the smaller version. But I probably have seen this one with a porch, and I just wouldn't have taken much notice of it, because this ain't the sort of tent I'm going to be going after on eBay. I would have just scrolled past these. But I have seen them quite a lot on there. Definitely. So this is not like a rare tent. I've seen a ton of these over the years. Or the smaller one anyway. Maybe not this one, the plus with a porch, but definitely that smaller one. But I probably have seen loads of this one as well. So it's not a rare tent. It is a tent for the masses, the Vango Arc. And if you just see there, it's got 2 sets of pegs in it. So bonus packet of pegs. Got 2 sets. So it's got a set of these ones, which just like, well, nothing special. They're quite long though, just the metal pegs. Set of them in there. And it's got another bag of pegs in it. Now the other bag looks like a Vango bag. So I'd say that this packet here are the original pegs that come with the tent. And that other packet have come from somewhere else. Yeah, see, just like normal pegs, and it's sort of same as them other ones. But I would say, because these are in this bag, these are the original ones. So it's got a spare couple of guides with it. Nice. And by the look of it in there, it's got its repair kit still as well. Yeah, but I can't see the old pole sleeve in there, and I didn't see it being used, so that must have gone missing. I didn't see any repair on the sleeve, unless this one never come with like a pole repair sleeve. No, but I reckon it did. All these Vango tents come with the little repair sleeve for the pole, innit? They all have one of them chucked in the bag with the pegs and that. But it's probably been lost, because the bloke did say this was his kids' tent, and they used it. So them kids have lost my little pole repair bit. Oh, them kids, that bloke's kids, they're like wild children. Losing my little pole bit. They're like the wild kids. They want to learn to look after their stuff. That bloke should have taught them to look after their stuff, and then my little tent repair pole bit would not have gone missing. and it would still be in the bag with the tent pegs where it belongs. But he's not, he's missing, 'cause that man up the Bootfair let his wild, misbehaving children run amok with my tent. No, I'm only joking. That man's children from the Bootfair, they're probably very nice, couple of kiddies. And they've looked after my fly sheet, I'll give them that. This fly sheet looks really nice condition. It does, not like the other one. That other tent, if you watch the video on that, the other tent that I got up the Bootfair, a Euro hike tent, that's like a family of pigs have been out camping in it. It was so dirty. Or like cavemen or wild feral family had been out in a field in all the mud camping in my old Euro hike tent. Because there was so much mud in it. I had to wash it all out. But this one looks nice and clean. So although that man's children need to learn to look after their stuff and not lose the tent pole sleeves, they are clean, I'll give them that. His children are clean children, because this thing does look lovely condition. It does, looks really good condition. So as you saw there, this sleeve had a little grey marker on it. So I'm putting the pole that's got like a grey bit on it into this sleeve, obviously. So it is all marked up what pole goes where. And it's going to be like the three poles, like a tunnel, innit? You're going to put the poles in, put them on the pins. It looks like it's got pins because of the poles. So you put them on the pins and then like pull the back out, put a couple of pegs in the back to hold it in place, and then pull it, stretch it out going forward, and then chuck a couple of pegs in the front, and then it should hold itself up. That is how the tunnel tents work. They are nice and easy. Not very hard to pitch. Although some people don't like the tunnel tents, they find them hard to pitch. But I like them, I find them easy. Once you know how to do them, they're easy, aren't they, the old tunnel tents? And this one won't be no harder with the 3 poles than a 2 pole, will it, once you stretch it out? So as you see there, that sleeve there has got a little black marking on it. So this tent, it's got 2 grey poles, 1 black pole. So it's all colour coded, right easy, innit? It's all marked up, ready to go. So anyway, this tent, I found this at the Bootfair really early Sunday morning. Like it was in one of the first aisles. Like one of the first stalls I looked at. The bloke, he is up there quite a lot. I don't think he's there every single week, but he is there a lot. And he's been going and doing boot fairs for years, and I've been going up to this boot fair for years. So I do say alright to him and that when he's up there. He is up there a lot. So he's in like the first little bit. As you go into the boot fair, I always start at the same end. He's like there, up the top bit of the boot fair, one of the first aisles. He's always in that aisle somewhere when he's there. So I'm up there, it's like 7 o'clock Sunday morning, I'm up there, early doors. So I've said hello to him, had a little look along his stall, and then looked on the floor at the end, and he's got this tent there, all opened up in the bag, as you see it earlier. I hadn't had it out, that's how it was, just sitting up the boot fair. So I went to him, how much is your Vango tent, mate? Because I'd like looked at it, I went, how much is your Vango? He went, oh, that tent, mate. He went, that's a nice tent, that is. My kids have only used it a few times. He went, you can have that, 30 quid. I went, oh, all right, mate. He went, all right. He went, do you want the tent? Are you having the tent? I went, no, I'll leave that 30 quid. He went, I'm up for an offer. I went, no, I won't make you an offer, because what I want to pay for this tent will insult you if you want 30 quid for it. He went, why? What are you going to offer me for it? I went, I'll give you a tenner for it. I said, I'm happy, I'll give you a tenner for it, but you obviously want more for it than that if you're asking 30 quid. He went, no, mate, I'm not letting it go for a tenner. It's a nice tent. He went, it ain't that old, and the kids didn't use it that much. He said, it's nice condition and all that. He said, no, I'm not letting it go for a tenner. So I went, all right, mate, yeah, no problem. So I wandered off, hunting round, looking for more tents. I did find some more. I found some big tents that was too heavy to carry because it was really hot on Sunday. I weren't carrying nothing that weighed a ton. I did find a couple of tents like that, and as you can see, that has got the pins, so I'm just going to put this side all on the pins. So yeah, found a few tents, found pop-ups and all that, and what I do, I normally go round the Bootfair first, hunting out a tent. Well, since I've had the channel, this is what I've been doing. Sort of whiz round it, looking, see what tents are there, and then once I get a tent, if I get one, I'll sort of then go back looking more thoroughly through all the stalls, because I like looking under the boxes in all the stalls and all that. You don't know what you're going to find, do you? So I'm like hunting round, did find other tents, but nothing I'm really thinking about getting. And then I come across a Euro hike tent. It looked like an old one in the bag. So I went to the bloke on the Euro hike. How much is your tent, mate? He went, you can have that for a tenner. I went, we take a fiver for it. He went, oh, go on then, mate, you can have that for a fiver. So that's it, boom, I bought a tent. So I'm like, happy days, I've got a tent, now let's do some mooching. Good one, because now I've got the channel, I'm going to try and find one every week, an old Bootfair tent. So that was it, the Euro hike was my Bootfair tent. So I weren't going to get another one. I might have if I found something really good, but I didn't. I'm like walking around. So I'm mooching under all the stalls, having a more thorough look through all the stalls. I've got the Euro hike in my rucksack, and then I've ended up back at the beginning of the Bootfair. So time I'm about there, I'm not far off going home. I'm sort of done it. I've got like last aisle to do, and it's like the Bootfair's packing up a bit and all that. So I'm doing the last aisle, and then I'm back looking at the bloke's stall with this Vango, and I see it was still there, and I'm having a little nose at his stall again, looking at the stall next to him and that, and he's obviously clocked that I've got a tent in my rucksack. He went to me, oh, you've bought a tent then? I went, oh yeah, found one down there, a little Euro hike. I said, it was only a fiver. I said, that's all I like to pay for tents, fivers, tenners. He went, do you want my one for a tenner? And I sort of looked at it. I went, is it all there? Is it all good? He went, yeah. He said, my kids have used it quite a few times. He said, but it is all there. It's nice condition. It's a good tent. He said, you can have it for a tenner. So I sort of looked at it and I thought, oh, I've got to have that for a tenner. Because the bloke, I do talk to him and that, if it was knackered, I think he might have told me it was knackered. And if it was knackered, I've bought a few bits off him. If it was knackered, I don't think he would have tried to have sold it to me for 30 quid in the first place. So I thought, oh, it must be alright. So I went, yeah, alright mate, I'll have that for a tenner. So then, boom, that was it. I'd bought the tent for a tenner, another one for a fiver. I'd got 2 tents, 15 quid. I bought a couple of other bits that was light, pots and a frying pan. It was only light in my rucksack. And then I had 2 tents, but it was really hot, wasn't it, on Sunday. So I'm walking back, like, from the Bootfair. I've got to walk back to where my tent and that is. And then I've got to pack up all my gear. I've got a tent there and all that. Plus all my cooking gear. Plus like sleeping bag, sleeping mat and all that stuff. So I've got like quite a lot of gear to carry. And now I've got 2 tents as well to carry. And it is quite far for me to walk home. And where it was so hot, all rucksack full of gear and all that and 3 tents, I just thought, oh, I can't be dealing with that today. That's just too much because it was so hot. And I had been up quite late the night before. I was in my tent on my phone, looking at tents on eBay and stoves and watching some YouTube and having a look on Amazon and drinking quite a few bottles of ale. And then I'm up really early Sunday morning to go up the Bootfair. So I'm walking back and just thinking, oh, I can't face that walk home, not 3 tents in this heat. Oh, I can't be dealing with that. So I'm on the phone to Jess and Jess, I bought 2 tents. Can you come and pick me up, please, from my tent? She's laughing. What, you bought 2 tents at the Bootfair? I went, yeah, and one of them's a little bit heavy and all. I said, please come and pick me up. I can't face walking home with 3 tents. She's laughing. She went, yeah, that's not a problem, but I don't finish work till 6. Pick you up 6:30. I'm like, lovely, thank you. We'll go for a pint on the way home. She's like, yeah, alright, well, I'll see you about 6:30. So that was it, happy days. Jessie's picking me up and I've got 2 tents for 15 quid. So I was thinking, if Jess weren't about, what I might have done is put the tents and all the gear in my tent and then wandered home and got my car, drove back up and got all my gear and then drove home again, because I really couldn't face walking home with 3 tents. No way, not on Sunday. It was ridiculously hot. It was like being in Benidorm. It was so hot. So that was it. Jess come to pick me up, so it was lovely. I had something to eat, little snooze in the tent Sunday afternoon, and Jess picked me up and we went to Witherspoons for a couple of ales and she had a couple of halves of Guinness. So it was good. Good old Jess come to pick me up. She was laughing. She loved it because I'd bought 2 tents. She loves a Bootfair tent. She went, I might try and come next week or the week after. She said, I'll see if I can change my shift again. She said, I'm a bit gutted. You went to Bootfair and I had to go work. So this old Vango Ark is looking lovely, innit? Looking really nice condition. Got the little windows on the front. And it has got the little blackout curtains, I can see them. So inside it's got curtains inside them little windows on the front of it. So it's looking really nice, this little Vango Ark. And it's gone up easy as well. It's gone up lovely. It does look really nice condition. I hope the inside is as nice as the outside. I hope it's not like that Euro hike that I got up the Bootfair as well. I hope it's like not like that inside. Because that was like the dirty feral pig family had been camping for a month in it in the middle of a swamp. So I hope it's not like that inside. I don't reckon it will be because the outside looks too good. Whereas that Euro hike, it was a little bit grubby outside, but not like the inside. The inside was like the cavemen had a wild mud party in there. So I'm liking this old Vango so far. It looks good with the green and the black. It's got a good look to it and it is quite big. It's really long, this tent. It's quite low slung. The roof isn't very high and it's not really wide, but it is very long. So I haven't been inside it yet, but I reckon it's going to have a big old porch on this. So I'm liking this old Vango tent. It's looking like a really good tent. And I don't know what this would make on eBay. I don't even know how old it is really, but it's well worth a tenner, isn't it? I'm really happy with this for a tenner. You're not getting this on eBay for a tenner. I bet this would be like a 50 quid tent on eBay, wouldn't it? Maybe a £40 tent, £50 tent. Maybe more than that. I don't really know, because it is a nice tent, this one. It's looking good. Big porch on the front. Big light tunnel tent. Where it's like the 200, it's only going to be a 2-man. But I don't think it's going to be the little tiny 2-man inside. I think it's going to be quite like spacious inside. I'm on about the width-wise of it, because it does seem quite wide for a 2-man tent. And it is really long, so you could get, I reckon you get people sleeping in the front porch, so you could get more than 2 of you in here, no problem, I reckon. These things are really long. So I'm just pulling it out tight. I've done the other side, pulling it out tight and whacking some pegs in. Just pulling it nice and tight, put the pegs in, go to the front, then the little ark will be up. It's gone up really nice, this tent. It's easy to pitch, this one. And it looks like it's got all its guides on it and all that. It all looks there. So yeah, for a tenner, I'm really happy with this tent. It's a lovely little tent for a tenner. I like my Vango Ark. I really do. I think this is a really nice little tent. Jessie's liking it and all. And I know what she's going to say in a minute. As soon as she gets inside it, she's going to go, can we go camping in this? Because she says it every time I get a Bootfair tent. And if you see there on the doors, the same as the side, it's got the rings. So these doors can be used like a canopy. But I didn't get no canopy poles with it. So I bet that bloke's wild feral children have lost them as well. So I'll get it all up and that. I might see if I can find some canopy poles and get the old doors up. Get all the features out on the lovely little Vango Ark. because it's the same. It's got a door at the front here and a door at the side, and both them doors have got them like brass loops in it, the rings, so you can put the canopy poles on it, so you can open the front up and the side, get the little canopies going on the old ark. So that's good. Be lovely with the little canopies up, and you got the curtains on the window, got nice big air vent there at the front. All the guides are looking on it. Yeah, this thing's looking really good for a tenner. I know I haven't been inside it, but this thing really is looking like another bargain Bootfair find. Really good Bootfair find, this little Vango ark for a tenner. Thing looks lovely, and I bet it's a good tent to use and all. And I'd imagine it'd be quite strong, because it's like a low slung tunnel tent. I doubt the wind and that'll really get hold of this. This thing feels really well made. It feels pretty robust. It's got the old thing on the bag where this is like Duke of Edinburgh approved. So it should be a nice little tent to use, I reckon, this Vango ark. So I'm just going to go round and do the old guides on it. Put all the guides out and see what the old Vango ark looks like. Fully pitched with all her guides out. Yeah, it's looking nice. It looks like all the guides are on it. Everything's done well. I really can't see no damage anywhere on this old tent. So it does look like a really good tent. The man was telling the truth. It's a nice tent. And he probably was asking a fair price for it, wasn't he? Up the boat there, 30 quid he asked for it in the first place. If you bought this for 30 quid... be happy with it, wouldn't you? Well, as long as it's all right inside. I ain't been in it yet. It might have a massive hole in the floor and all that, but if it's good inside, it's not bad for 30 quid, really, is it? You'd be happy with it. If you didn't have a tent and you bought this for 30 quid, happy days, you'd have lovely camping time with this. Be a really nice tent to get out camping with. Especially if you got a few canopy poles from somewhere and got the canopies up and all that in the summer. This thing would be lovely. Big porch on the front, both canopies up, cooking in that porch bit, because I bet that's quite big in there, that little porch bit. So yeah, I bet this is a really good tent. So even if you did pay 30 quid for this, I would say you got a bit of a bargain here for 30 quid. Well, as long as it's good inside, because we haven't opened it up yet, have we? But if the inside is as good as the outside, this is a good tent for 30 quid and an absolute bargain for a tenner. Because it doesn't look that old, this tent. I don't know how old it is, but I wouldn't say it's that old. I'd say it's only about 5 years old, something like that. 5 years, 8 years. I wouldn't say it's no older than that, because it looks too good condition. All these guides look really nice and orange and all that. When they get old, the old guides and that, these orange ones, they start fading and that, don't they? But these guides have got all that bright orange colour and all that. So I would only say this tent's about 5 years old. Maybe a little bit older, but it's not the like 15, 20 year old tent. No way, this thing's not that old. So it's got the nice big air vent on the back there. It's got a big guide to hold the air vent out. So yeah, this thing should be nice, should vent nice as well. The only thing this has got, I would say about it, when it's red hot like today in the summer, I reckon this tent will get hot inside because it is black. And black tents on a red hot day, they do get hot. If this was in like white or light grey or something like that, it would not get that hot. But I would imagine black tent like this, big long black tent on a red hot day, you would need them canopies and that open at the front, or at least need both them doors rolled up on the toggles to keep it cool. And hopefully it's got a big mesh door in it. If the door to the sleeping bit has got the mesh and all that, then you'd open up both the front doors with the mesh and that. It probably wouldn't be that bad. It'd be alright as a night. Overnight, when you're out camping in the summer, black tent, white tent, anything like that, doesn't make no difference. It's just on the daytime, when the sun is like high in the sky and blaring down on your tent, black tents do get hot, they do. But overnight, obviously, the sun's gone in, so it makes no odds what colour your tent is overnight. It's just when you're trying to do the old lie-in in the morning, if you got a black tent, they do warm up. As soon as the old sun comes up, you can feel them getting hot. Whereas a nice white tent or light grey tent or light orange or yellow or something like that tends not to do it. They stay cool when the old sun comes up. It has got the vents at the top of this tent, which does help them stay cold, because like the heat rises, isn't it? So when your vents are high up, you don't get that like accumulation of heat in the top of the tent. It can escape. Whereas when you've got a tent with the vents at the bottom, the top of the tent always holds a ton of heat. But this one has got two high up vents either end. So although I'm saying this tent will probably get red hot on a hot sunny day because it is black, I don't know that because I haven't used it, and I might be wrong. It might stay coolish on the summer. So there you have it. Look, the little ark is up. She looks good, the ark. I am liking my Vango ark. That looks like a really nice tent. Look at it. It's got a good look to it. The Vango ark 200 plus. Look at it. Happy days for a tenner. That thing is fantastic. When I see that bloke next week, I'm going to thank him for this tent, because he did know it was this good, and he's let me have a bargain, ain't he, on this for a tenner. I will tell him thank you. I say, if you got any more tents like that, put them to one side for me. I'll give you a tenner for them. So yeah, look at the Vango ark. It's looking good. So it's only got a door this side, door at the front, door this side. It hasn't got a door the other side. But both them doors can be done with the old canopy poles. I've got a bag of poles somewhere. I've got some canopy poles and that floating about, so I might dig them out. I'll do the video on that first, and then I might dig the poles out and get both the canopies up on the lovely little £10 Vango ark tent. So yeah, I've got some poles and that floating about. I've got a feeling they're up in my loft, so I'm going to have to go and dig them out. So I'm not doing it now. I might do it a bit later, get them out. I'm not doing it now because I'm doing the video. So I'll do the video and then I'll maybe go and get the poles and then do another little tiny video to add to the end of with the canopies up and all that. Well, if I can find them. If that doesn't happen, then I couldn't find the poles. But I do think they're in my loft, because I've got like a bag of poles and canopy poles and all that from tents that I've bought over the years, Bootfairs and all that. But then the tents are just terrible, so they're not even good enough to give to someone. So I've kept poles and things like that, take the guides off them, salvage whatever bits I can, and then throw the tents away. I've had a few like that where they're in such bad condition they're like not worth saving. So I've nicked, like, kept the canopy poles, things like that if they had it, and then chucked the tent away. So I have bought some terrible tents over the years from the Bootfair. I have got more good ones than bad ones though, definitely. I've bought tons more good ones than bad ones. Because a lot of them, although I don't keep them, I'm quite happy. I'll just pitch them up, maybe use them once or twice, and then I'll like just give them away to someone. And I don't mind that. I've bought loads of tents over the years, especially if I don't know what the tent is or whatever. You think, oh, that might be really good. So if it's like a fiver, tenner, £8, something like that, I'll just buy it. And then when I put it up, if I think, oh no, I don't really want to keep that, I'll just give it away. It's not a problem. I've gave loads to like mates, kids and other things like that, mates and stuff, people I know. I've given loads of tents away. But I do buy them because I like the putting them up and you get a new tent, use it a few times and then give it away. Or sometimes, like quite a lot of the ones I've actually got, they have come from the Bootfair, because I might buy a tent, tenner, put it up, and it is something really nice, so like I'll keep it. Like this Vango ark, I reckon I'll keep this. This is lovely to use. I will keep this, I reckon. It's a good tent, this. I'm liking my Vango ark. As long as it's not like the Euro hike inside, I should be very happy with my Vango ark. So that was them rings I was on about. He put the canopy up. The zip's working nice on the door. So yeah, do the zip either way. It's got the little bit in the middle that stops the zips going all the way round, so you can always find them at the bottom. So that's it, the door. Oh, and it's got the porch ground sheet in it. I didn't realise it was going to have that. Happy days. Look, it's got a lovely little porch ground sheet in it, all clipped. So that's good. I'm looking at that porch ground sheet. You could just undo that off the clips, flip it back, and then cook in there. And that's massive, that porch. That's good porch for cooking. I'm liking this old Vango tent. I really am. It's not something I would buy. If I saw this on eBay or something, I wouldn't buy this. This ain't the sort of thing I'd go after. Because it's here and it only cost me a tenner, I'll keep this for a while and use it because it's nice. I want to use this now. It's a lovely little tent, this is. I'm really liking it. So this is another win-win tent to add to the old collection, I think, because it is looking nice inside. It really is. Door's gone up nice. All the toggles have worked well. It's got the little porch ground sheet. Yeah, this is a lovely old tent. Look at it in there, and it's got a massive door on that inner, on the old sleeping bit. You can't do it all the way to the mesh. I'm just looking at the top there. You can only do the mesh halfway. But I reckon this would be alright. If you had that mesh halfway and you had both these front doors open and that vent open at the back, probably be alright in here in the old summer morning. It would be quite cool, I reckon. I don't know that. I haven't used it. You might find the moment the sun comes up, it's so hot in here, you have to get out of it because it starts doing your head in, because it'll be like a sauna. But it might not be. So there you see there, the door. This one's got them little rings, so you can do it with the canopy poles. Got the same again, 2 zips that go to the middle, so you always know where to find them. So it's got the bit of like material in the middle of the zip to stop the zips going all the way round. And they do that, so when you zip the doors down, the zip is always right in the middle, so it's easy to find. I know a lot of people cut them off, but I don't. I just think, well, it's how they made it. Leave it original. Leave it alone, innit? I never sort of ponce around with the tents and change them. I like to keep them all original. So if that little bit is on it, I leave it on it. But I have seen a lot of people on YouTube and that, they cut that straight off. They go, oh, I don't like that bit on my zip. But it's not the end of the world, innit? It's not like you're living in Australia and you're going to get a black widow spider crawl through the hole in the middle of the night. Not like that, is it? Nothing's getting in it in England. In England, don't matter. If you've got a tiny little gap in your zip, doesn't matter, does it? Nothing's really getting in there. Alright, yeah, you go to Scotland, get them midges. Yeah, if you're going to Scotland with camping with the midges, cut that bit off, because midges get through there. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. For camping in Scotland, that little bit on the zip is not a good idea. You need to cut that off. Because them midgets in Scotland, they will find a way into your tent. Believe me, you have the best tent in the world. Take it out into the old Scottish Highlands and that, when them midges are about. And before you know it, your tent is full of midges. And you think, how the hell have they got in here? There ain't no way they can get in. Trust me, they will get in. They'll be in now. Somehow they'll be in now. So I've just done the little toggle on my curtains. So you close the curtain, it goes on the little toggle. I've just undone that. So I'm going to roll my little curtain back and tie it up. Open up my lovely curtains in the Vango arc. So yeah, there you go. The curtain is up on the toggle. And look at that lovely window in the old Vango arc with the curtains, and it goes on that little bit there, and there's like a toggle. So there's a label there in this porch bit. What does that say? Right, so that says this tent was made in January 2013. So this tent is a bit older than I thought it was. I didn't think it was that old. So let's get back to the curtains. Let's do the other side. See, it's got that little toggle there. Close it. Put it on that toggle so you black out the windows, but then you open them up, roll them back, and they go on a little toggle at the side to hold them back. So lovely, with the little curtains. Got all the home comforts, this lovely old Vango ark. So let's undo the toggle, just put the camera down, undo the toggle, roll it up, and then toggle it on the other side. Oh no, that bloke's kids, they are vandals, that bloke's kids. That bloke's kids are vandals. They are wild, feral vandals that don't look after their stuff. They lose the tent repair bits for the poles, and they have broken the toggle on the curtains. They have broken the loop. That man's kids are vandals. Look, they have broken the tent loop on the curtains. Oh, that is terrible. What kind of person does that? Breaks a man's curtain loop. That's a terrible thing to do. So I feel sorry for that man at the Bootfair. He's a nice man, the man at the Bootfair. No wonder he does the Bootfair every Sunday. It's probably to get away from his wild, totally out of control feral children who can't even look after their tent pole repair bits. And they probably run amok round the house, sword fighting with the old canopy poles, and just go round vandalising curtains wherever they go. Oh, that poor man, I do feel sorry for him having children like that. No wonder he took their tent off them and sold it up the Bootfair. And I'm glad he did, 'cause them wild tent repair bit losing curtain vandalising sword fighting children didn't deserve a lovely tent like this. But it's a shame that he never stopped them sword fighting, innit? And put the canopy poles back in the bag before he took it to the Bootfair and sold it. Because now, although they haven't got a tent to vandalise anymore, they are still able to run round the house and sword fight and break everything with my lovely canopy poles. When he could have quite easily stopped that, innit, by simply taking the poles off of the wild children and putting them back in the bag before he sold their tent. So as you just saw, I've unzipped the big door at the front and the zip worked lovely. Unzipped the big door and now I'm in the inner. And it is really nice in here, this inner. It's lovely condition, got the pockets and all that. It's got another label there. Right, so what's going on here then? 'Cause that other label in the porch said it was made January 2013. But this inner was made in November 2014. So, what's going on there? Whoever made this tent must have been the world's slowest tent maker, 'cause it took him a year and nearly 2 years. Once he'd finished making the outer, it took him 2 years to finish off this inner. That ain't right, is it? Vango need to give whoever that is the sack. That man or lady, the slowest tent maker in the world, who works for Vango, needs the sack. You can't have them on your books. They cost you money. 2 years to make a tent. So I've just been round and put this back corner of the inner back on its little clip, 'cause it had come off. So I've clipped that back into place. And I have thought of another reason why that inner and outer are totally different ages. And this reason makes more sense. I reckon that poor man up the Bootfair bought his kids this lovely tent, and them wild children totally ruined and vandalised the inner within a year and a half. Or they just lost it along with the tent pole repair bit and the canopy poles. And that poor man had to go and Bootfair all his stuff to raise money to then buy his wild, out of control children a new inner for their tent. Now that makes more sense, innit? 'Cause no one can take 2 years to make a tent. That's just impossible. So let's get back into the inside of the lovely old Vango ark. And I'm liking this tent. It's a lovely tent, this is. Good buy, this. Very good buy for a tenner. So I've put the clip back on the back because this inner was all like saggy and that in that back corner, but the clip had only come off, so I put the clip back on. It's better in here now. It's looking nice in here. So I'm laying down in here. Jess has just clambered in. I know she's going to say, oh, I like this. Can we go camping in it? I'm waiting for that to come. And if you look, like the two of us laying in here, there's a load of room in this tent. So it is a two-man because it's a 200. But if you look at how much room we've got in this tent, and there you go, it has got the old hook at the top for your lantern and that. Looking round, yeah, so it's nice in here, the old ark. And look how much room's beside me. Bit of room in the middle, bit of room beside her. You get 3 of you in here, no trouble. Or if you've got like little kiddies, you probably get 4 in here. It is big for a 2-man tent. It is wide. Look, we got enough room there. That's like normal style 2-man tent. You'd have about that much room. And you got all that beside us. So you'd easily get another person in here. You'd easily get 3 of you in here. But this is lovely for 2. But if you was buying this for kids, you'd get 4 kids in here, no problem. Couple more out the front in that porch bit. You get a load of kids in here. And a load of animals in here, innit? Because it's called the Ark, you get a load of animals in here. 2x2. Get a ton of animals in this thing. So yeah, look, it's all reinforced on the corner. It's going to be a good tent, this one, ain't it? Because it had that Duke of Edinburgh thing on the bag. When they have that, you know they're going to be a well-made tent, else they don't get given that award. So yeah, Duke of Edinburgh approved. Nice little Vango tent. Lovely. Ton of room in it. Nice big porch in it. For a tenner, this tent is a fantastic buy. It really is. This is another really good Bootfair buy for a tenner. It definitely is. Is it as good as the Coleman BOA that I bought the other day for a tenner up the Bootfair? Oh, I'm not sure, but it's up there with it. I think I just really like that Coleman BOA a bit more. And that BOA, it did come with free toothpaste and it had the glitter interior. So I think I am going to give it to the Coleman BOA. It's still the best one I've bought for a while. But this one is really good. This is up there with that Coleman BOA tent, definitely. This is a really, really good Bootfair find, this thing. So I will thank the man when I see him. And if you're watching, Mr. Man from the Bootfair, I'm only joking about your kids. I know they've lost my tent pole bit and my canopy poles, and they broke my curtain loop. But I bet they are very nice kids, and I forgive them, because for £10, I love this old tent. It's absolutely fantastic, and they have looked after it. It is nice condition, and that bit on the curtain loop that is broken will literally take me 2 minutes to repair with a needle and cotton. It really is not a problem. And it works anyway. You just do what I did when I rolled it back. I just tied it up. So it's still usable. It still works. You just got to tie it up. But when I go camping with this little tent, I'll just remember to take my little sewing kit, and that'll be one of the little jobs I do while I'm out in it. It'll take me 2 minutes, and then this tent will be good as new. So the Vango Ark is getting a massive thumbs up from me. This thing's fantastic for a tenner. There's just a little curtain bit damaged. There is nothing else wrong with it. The rest of it is in lovely condition, and that curtain bit doesn't matter. So yeah, look, the Vango Ark, really good Bootfair find. So if you are looking for a tent on a budget, the Vango Ark looks like a really nice tent. And if you went on eBay, I doubt this thing makes that much money. There's probably loads of them out there. You probably, if you hunted and bid on a few, you would probably get your hands on one of these quite cheap. And it looks like a really nice tent. So there you go. Look, I had to do it, didn't I? I've just had a quick rummage around, and I found one set of canopy poles which are doing that side canopy, and these ones doing the front. They're just tent poles. They're old tent poles I had just kicking about. I ain't got a tent for these poles no more. I've chucked it away, but I've got the poles. So I've put two sections together, just folded the other sections up and taped them, and they work as canopy poles. So there you go, the Vango Ark with both its canopies open. Happy days, look at that, it looks really good. That'd be lovely out using it like that. With that little porch in there, doing a bit of cooking and all that, it'd be really, really lovely little tent. And the other thing I would say, if you did buy yourself one of these, like a black tent, and you want to take it out in the summer, just try and pitch it somewhere where in the morning it is in the shade. While you're still trying to sleep in it, pitch it somewhere where it doesn't get the sun. So you can always find a bit of shade on a campsite or a bit of shade somewhere. Try and pitch it there. And then the bit that is black won't really matter so much. So it looks good, the old Vango Ark, doesn't it, with the canopies up. I had to do it. I knew I had some poles kicking about. I've got more canopy poles somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I have got some fiberglass ones somewhere, like adjustable, but I couldn't find them. But I found this in my old bag of spare poles. And it works like what I've done at these with the front canopy. They're just normal tent poles, and you see I've folded the bottom sections up, just put a bit of tape around them. They work fine as canopy poles, no problem. The other two this side, they are proper metal canopy poles, or I think they are actual like the ridge poles from a tent, the poles from like an old-fashioned frame tent. But look, she's up with both her canopies. Looks lovely, the little ark. I like this little ark. I will keep this tent, I think. I really like this little tent, especially with them two canopies up. Me and Jess was just having a look at it while I was doing the canopies and all that, and we both agreed this is a really lovely little tent. And alright, it's not a backpacking tent because it weighs nearly 5 kilo. But if you're going car camping or you got like two of you going out and you split the weight, you could take this. But car camping ain't a problem, and this would be a really good tent on a campsite. So with that porch and that, do all your cooking in there, cook under these canopies, do whatever. But with that big porch, you'd be able to store a ton of gear in it and all that. So this tent is a great little tent. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again and see what I'm doing, cooking, looking at, or what old tat I am buying. So I'm off now to have a nice little chill out and have a good look at my new lovely little tent. So let's go. Chilling in the bargain Bootfair Vango.